Okay. Uh, Unfortunately, some of the reverse gallop thing is still a little bit off in like you said, like at the faster speeds. And it seemed like about 110 for number one last time. That's when the rhythm started to get a little iffy. Basically, you're just doing the reverse gallop part too fast still. Um, and I see your note there where you say you find it hard to control at higher speed to keep every strum even. So remember, like if you feel like it's not even, make sure you don't go faster. Only go faster when you are certain, dead certain that you are nailing it and it's exactly how it's supposed to be. Because if you think that it's wrong, but you go up faster anyway, you're just making it basically impossible to fix. So only go up when you're certain that it's good and that it feels correct. Of course, I tell people all the time, even if it doesn't feel right, move it up faster if it sounds correct. Problem is, it doesn't sound correct when the strumming is going too fast, like it's too rushed. So this is an instance where it does need to feel correct in order for it to sound correct. So this is an exception to my saying if it sounds good, that's all that matters, because it needs to feel good for you as well in the strumming being smooth. So your goal with number one here is a solid 110, no faster, no faster. So a solid 110, including that repeat. So work it up if you need to. You can work it up without the repetition. I think that would be a good thing. So you can work it up again without the repeats. And then at the 110, your goal is to have a good solid take there. And whenever you have what you feel is a good solid take at 110, go ahead and record it, send it over. All right. Here we go. 1E and a 2E and 3E and a 4E and. Okay, number two. So number two actually went pretty well. That one sounded pretty good. So this number two is still trying to work the reverse gallop, getting better. This one, you can go up into fives again. It's longer, so by the time you reach that practice time limit, you might not be able to push the speed as fast as you had been, but that's done with purpose. So I want this to be long enough to where it will help prevent you from going to a speed you can't keep the strumming even anymore. And hopefully with the extra bars being played, that will also help you get used to how it's supposed to be strummed better. So here we go. 60. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. I screwed that up. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and 4. 1E and 2E and 4. 1E, 2E, 4. Let's go 90. 1, 2, 3, 4. 21, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $150. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, arpeggio stuff. All right, so got the key ready for you to input your own progressions. So things to keep in mind, it's based off of the stuff that you practiced. So remember, sometimes you will use the arpeggio where the fifth interval is by itself, and sometimes you do the opposite, where you use the arpeggio where the root note is by itself. So experiment with both, see which one makes the progression the easiest for you to play. Sometimes, my usual thing is I try and avoid the big stretches. So usually I would want to play the minor shape like this, and I'd want to play the major shape like this. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, though. Or, it doesn't work... How do I want to say this? Sometimes doing the non-stretch way actually makes it more difficult than it needs to be. So it really depends on, where you're going on the fretboard and things like that. So keep that in mind. And so when you tab out the ending of each line, it's the same way you got here with these chords. Basically, you got the root position for the first chord, and then first inversion, second inversion, and the popular way to play the chord. And then you might say, well, B diminished isn't a popular chord to play anyway, so just do a regular old B diminished. Like that one would be fine for a B diminished. You could do that one there. You can go really fancy with it. That's a pain in the butt to get into, though. Probably don't want to do that. Anyway, yeah, so you could do that, and then when you get to the progression here, that does start on the high B string. The ending is going to be the same way this one was set up. So basically, the root note, whoops, it's not showing. It's still not showing. Yeah, so the root note of the arpeggio you started with, that's where you're going to begin your descending scale thing here. So yeah, just work your way down, the same kind of pattern. So basically, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bar chord. So hopefully that makes sense. As always, if you got any questions, let me know. And yeah, see you again next week in your new videos.